CSE 05 lab. Last week, we completed our PowerPoint presentations and submitted them over CAT courses, as well as created discussion posts for people to leave comments on our projects. This week, we're going to work on the rough draft of our final paper. And we're going to use this rubric here on the assignment page for Project 1E. Again, this is Lab 205. We're going to use this rubric to guide our paper. This is the rubric that will be graded against, that the paper will be graded against, and what the peer reviewers will use to grade your paper. So it's important that you look this over and use this as a guide and reference while you're writing your paper. And the rough draft is due on the day of your lab, of your second lab of the week. It's important that you have something ready by then to submit on CAT courses so that we can assign peer reviews. And I'll get into how we do peer reviews in a second. When submitting your lab, it's important to follow this naming scheme as always. Include your lab section here where the X is. So for example, I'm in section 2, so I would have 02L. And at the end to include my group name. It can also be my group number. And so step 2, uploading it to CAT courses, we want to have this rough draft ready on the day of our second lab. And when we submit our papers at the lab, we will also choose groups to review our paper. And I'll get into that now. So say I am in group 1 and I have 5 people in my group. Myself, John, Sarah, Alexander, and Mitchell. So we've completed our project, and now we're going to choose other groups to peer review. The key detail here is that no one in the group should have the same group selected as any of their members. So let me make that clear. So Hua chooses group 2. John chooses 3. Sarah chooses group 4. Alexander chooses group 5. Mitchell chooses group 6. So we see here that no one in my group has chosen the same group as another person. And we also obviously can't choose our own group. And since there are 5 members in each group at most, and there are 5 total groups in this lab, we shouldn't have the problem of overlapping groups. But if we do run into that problem, it will be fine, and only in that case, to have overlapping groups. So say there isn't a group 6, and Michael is forced to choose, Mitchell is forced to choose from groups 2, 3, 4, or 5. And that's fine. But make sure, so make sure we include this information in our CAT courses submission. And again, that's at the beginning of lab, your second lab of the week. This can be either you attend lab and notify your TA, or attach it in the comments section, or you can email your TAs individually. But make sure you have this chosen and shared with your TA. You should include your group number as well as the names of the people in your group and the group's numbers that they chose to peer review. And so afterwards, we will assign the peer reviews to you on CAT courses. And that will take the form of this box here. So in your assignment page, you'll see that there's an area for the submission and like the status of it. Since only one person per group is assigned or submits your paper, you may not see this part. But you will see this part once a peer review has been assigned to you. You can then click on their name and you'll see the paper that you're going to peer review, and you'll use this rubric to perform the review, and you'll submit the review. Again, if you follow this link here, it'll walk you through the peer reviewing tool that we use in CAT courses. Basically, it loads the paper submission of the group you're reviewing, and you'll have a place to leave feedback, and as well as fill out the rubric, so the points that you think they deserve. And that will wrap up this week's lab. Just going over the rubric for the assignment. This is the rubric for the assignment, not the paper. You have to do two things this week. You need to submit a draft of your research project paper. And again, that is due at the beginning of your second lab. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this is because we need enough time to receive your paper and also receive your peer reviews so that you can perform the peer reviews in time for Sunday. And which leads to the second part of the lab, which is completing a peer review of another group's submission. This is due the Sunday of the week, of the lab week. So this is for the week of 222 to 226. That means the peer review is due the Sunday of that week, Sunday night. And that's it. When we perform a peer review, just, follow the rubric, and please remember to include the information or share with your TA the group numbers you've chosen so that we can assign you the peer reviews. Otherwise, you won't get a peer review assigned to you on CAT courses, and you won't be able to complete the second part of this assignment. And again, if there are any questions, feel free to email me or make a discussion post on CAT courses. Thank you.